each other.
Well, thank you. So we're here at the Think and Grow Rich conference, and I met her. First of all, she was wearing white yesterday. Now she's in this red hot. You guys know how much I love the red. So give us a little bit about your background.
I'd love to, yeah. So my name is Colleen, and basically I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. Very normal upbringing, but I was diagnosed with cancer at age 14, and it was thyroid cancer. So really, with my voice being suppressed, and from that experience, I saw another little girl in the hospital, and her dad yelled at her mom. And what he said is the only reason we're in this position to not pay for our daughter's treatment is because you're a stay-at-home mom. And what I didn't know, basically from that time, is I had two imprints that were put in my mind. It was that you needed love to have, or you needed money to have love, and money to not die. And I went and got my undergrad degree for marketing, and I ended up working for a $23 billion company as a sales engineer. And I was really on this hustle of like, I'm gonna make as much money as possible in the shortest amount of time and like find love. And basically I grew my territory 0 to $1 million in 8 months, and then 5 million to 8 million in 8 months. And I then left that and decided that it wasn't my truth, and I was like, this is not fulfilling. And I was making 6 figures, 22 years old, like having an amazing time, and I was like, this isn't it. This isn't like what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I basically left my job and moved across the world to New Zealand.
Wow.
And it was 22 years old at that time, 23, and I manifested a job with a $400 million company in 4 months, or in a month, sorry, 4 weeks. And basically I was covering Korea, Taiwan, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and I was like, hang on a minute, I'm super powerful here. Like at 23, like let me figure something out. Like let me see how I can empower others. And it was my dream to travel the world. I'd been to like 23 countries at the time, and so I basically went to an entrepreneur retreat in Fiji. And it was the first time I was around like multi-millionaires, like all these things, and I went over to the sunset to take a picture because I was like, what am I doing? I just want to help people spread some love. Like, I want to monetize love. Am I crazy? Like you can't do that. And I take a picture of the sunset, and behind the sun was a heart. And that was the sign that I needed from the universe to basically leave and fulfill my dream. And so I left with $5,000 in my bank account 4 weeks after that. And I was like, I'm going to travel the world. I'll start an online business. And I just did that. I made it to 11 countries, 28 cities. I wrote my first book. I hit 6 figures. I helped other people make their first, couple $100 to their first $1 million month online. I started getting my master's in global technology and development because I really realized I wanted to influence social injustices in the world and express that on technology. And basically I just finished my 4th 6-figure month and my master's, and I'll start my PhD in 2020 for international relations.
That is incredible. I'm so happy that you're here talking to us today.
I'm so happy you had me. Thank you so much. And you're doing incredible things in the world as well.
I love what you said about the heart and the sunset. My last name is Hart. So anything Hart, I love it. I call my fans Sweetheart. So
Sweetheart, always. And it's really like, I feel when you look at any success or you look at any achievement that you're looking, especially in consciousness, you're looking at how deeply do you love yourself and how deeply and willing are you to express that love through all the vehicles and tools we have to be a catalyst to activate others, to be in your energy and presence, and remembering that every person, when they follow their journey of love, what can be possible for them.
I just love you. Oh my God, I just love you. So you talk about this consciousness and self-awareness, and I think that a lot of people are traveling through life very unaware of who they are. How do you find that passion?
So for me, you're always looking at awarenesses, and the point that I'm at now when I'm looking at awareness, you're looking at the small micro shifts of what conversation, what language did I use, what environments was I in that maybe was templating me into take actions or have knowledge that was not my highest. And so to start becoming aware is when you have, you choose that you're willing to live with love. You're choosing to stop being a victim. You're choosing to stop the fear. And when you choose that, you start to become aware when you look at people's eyes, just as we did, and you know who holds the magic. You know who holds the keys and codes to expand you into a new environment in this world that's already existing. You don't need to create something new. You don't need to do something. It's you remembering in that awareness of how you choose to function with love that opens new places for you to be and express.
It's like leading with love, leading with your heart.
Leading with your heart instead of your mind. Because if you're listening to this and it doesn't totally, your mind's trying to go 2 + 2 is 4, that's logic, and logic will get you so far. However, living with your heart is when you take the quantum leaps that are undescribable, unexplainable. That's where the magic is held.
I love that you're talking about this. I'm listening to the audiobook of The Power of Now by girl
I'm not sure, but yeah.
Okay, anyways, The Power of Now, and I've just been everything that you're saying is totally resonating with my life right now, which I find is so powerful that you're sitting here with me. Because it's like being in the moment. You know, I think a lot of the times in life we're so focused on the future, or we're so angry or hurt. How do you let go of things from your past and not be afraid of stepping into your future?
So it's not the letting go, it's the remembrance of what you've experienced is part of you, and acknowledging though that you would choose to have that as a place to make a decision for, not a pinpoint that was in your background that you're carrying with you to the future. You learn to honor the experience, acknowledge it, and dissolve the illusion that can't let you move forward. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Because I guess I feel like history repeats itself until we learn your lesson. I read that quote once, and I feel like we do have those kind of like karmic ties to things, right? Like it's I would find myself getting upset and be like a different situation, a different person, but it was all kind of the same, or a different person but the same situation.
Exactly, and we will keep creating experiences because we create everything. So we created each other into each other's existence. Everything you see around you is simply a reflection. So if you see something you don't like, ask where that's showing up in you. You see an experience in any part of your life, any person, any tablecloth that you don't like, ask why and how I created that. What am I not looking at? What am I not choosing to be that can allow me then to create the desire? And if that's from a past pinpoint of I need to dissolve bringing up this past relationship, I need to dissolve bringing up this failed business, I need to dissolve a $60,000 lawsuit, I need to dissolve, whatever that is, take that pinpoint, acknowledge it's part of you, it's not letting go, it's part of you. However, releasing that so you're not bringing it up as a pinpoint anymore, and focusing the momentum on what you are creating. Is that?
It does make a lot of sense. But it's like mostly being in the present.
Yes, I want to go. Okay, so when you're bringing up the past, that will recreate your future. Now, sometimes it's good as a storytelling and that's why I was sharing about template. It's important if you're an author, if you're a speaker, if you're a motivator, what you're sharing isn't for you. Look at how you're templating other people. Because if you're templating people with past stories of how I became a failure, why your personal brand is failing, you're templating a downward spiral. If you're saying how to 10x your business, how to 10x your life, that's upward momentum. And when you can choose from the past to no longer have that and be present in every experience, that's what allows you to capture the opportunities for the limitless.
So we're here at the Think and Grow Rich conference. And what is the biggest takeaway that you've gotten so far?
Being present in every experience, every connection that you are having to build that love, that momentum of the truth of what you're really feeling.
I just feel you're so awake, you're so aware, and I can feel it off of you. And I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just what are you saying?
Plugs.
Oh, okay. I still wanted to ask questions. We'll listen to this. I feel like a lot of people live in this fear of lack, not having money, and I can't afford this, or they don't even want to start. And you have had so much success in that. Why do you think that is? Or what advice can you give people who are living in that fear of lack?
First of all, you always have money. there's no such illusion as you don't have money. You know, I invested $200,000 in mentorship and environments when I didn't have $200,000. Whether that was a payment plan, whether that was a credit card that I then learned how to get the money back on time. So I had a deadline, I did it. You always have it. You have to remember abundance is your natural state. You deserve everything and you're aligning to prosperity. So everything around you, if you don't feel this is abundant, you're not watching this and you're like, wow, I've manifested these two women to hear this into mine. Someone who's sitting here like creating a TV show, someone who's speaking something, I'm here to receive that. If you don't believe that in itself is abundance through whatever channel, let's look at that. Because that in itself is the abundance, and what action are you going to take now to go align to prosperity to activate someone just the way you were activated feeling this.
You're so strong and powerful. I just feel so attuned to your strong and powerful woman. This is great. Thank you. I've learned so much in this conversation. I could listen to you talk all day. Actually, I just want to talk to you all day now. Like, I just feel there's so. Oh my gosh. Where can we find you?
Yep. So you can go to Instagram, Colleen _Gallagher _ or Facebook /the Colleen Gallagher.
Okay. And then my final question to you is, what is the greatest piece of advice anybody's ever given to you you've ever received?
To be present in compassion with love for yourself, because if you can't do it for yourself, you can't do it for others, and you definitely can't do it for the development of humanity that's going on with all the social injustices that are opportunities for us to evolve more momentum in love.